Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Gaines. We finally got the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. I've been playing it for the last day or so, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. Some things that I liked, and there was actually a couple things I didn't like. But I also wanted to go maybe give a little in-depth review about the battle system, some things that I like about it. Also, a lot of influences I can see in this new battle system from other games and other Final Fantasy games as well. And also touch on the differences between the classic and the regular battle system for this game. Now, I understand people may not feel the same way I do about the gripes that I have, but one thing we can agree on is that Square Enix still knows how to make a cutscene, because the opening cinematics for this demo are beautiful. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start off with the gripes that I have for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. First up, why the hell does Cloud swing so slow? Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, dude, have you even fought anybody in the game? Because Cloud is anything but slow. And actually, that's what drives home this point the most, is that in battle, Cloud is all super soldier, swinging his huge sword around with relative ease, doing anything he wants to do with it. But yet, when we get outside of battle, like here, and he has to swing on these boxes, he swings like this sword is 1,000,000 pounds and he can barely move it, and he has to gather himself every time he swings the sword. I don't know why they decided to make him swing so sluggish outside of battle, but yet he's like supersonic inside of battle. It's very inconsistent, and I hope that they actually fix that when we get the final version of the game. It's just weird because you can see that they're pushing more of a faster paced vision for the battle and for even outside of battle when you're moving throughout the overworld. So I don't understand how they put so much speed into everything else except for this one area of the game. Gripe 2. What's up with Barrett's English voice, man? Now first I want you to listen to his actual voice.
Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy?
Don't feel bad, Cloud. This happens to me every time I listen to Barrett speak too. Now I don't know if it's just me, but every time Barrett speaks, it reminds me of Robert Downey Jr. on Tropic Thunder. And if you don't believe me, take a listen.
Hot some! Get some! Look out! Get your deep draw jukebox Jerry curl ass and his chicken chip chop chop ASAP!
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako.
I'm sorry a dingo ate your baby.
You know that's a true story. Lady lost a kid. You about to cross some fucking lines.
Guys, relax.
You know what? Fuck that, man. I'm sick of this koala hugging nigga telling me.
For 400 years, that word has kept us down.
So yeah, the English voice actor really isn't doing it for me. I was hoping to hear the Japanese voice actor, but they didn't let us select the Japanese audio tracks on the demo, so we'll have to wait to the final version to hear what that sounds like. Gripe number 3. So what's going on with all this in and out of focus during cutscenes and gameplay? Now the funny thing is, this could have happened with other big title games, and for some reason I've never noticed it. But playing this demo really made me notice how in and out of focus we are and the other characters are in various cutscenes, and sometimes even during the in-game gameplay. Now you'll see right here that Jesse's in focus, so is Cloud, both of us in focus, but then all of a sudden it just decides to blur Jesse's face really bad, even though her and Cloud are standing pretty much on the same plane. And here it does it again. For some reason, it blurs Jesse. Now I'm not sure why again, because look, Cloud, Barrett, fine. Jesse, super blurry. And she's blurry throughout pretty much the majority of this little cutscene. She's even blurry when she runs away. This part is actually gameplay. Like, for some reason you're climbing this ladder and they decide that Jesse needs to be pretty much almost transparent. But when you're climbing the ladder with Barrett, it doesn't do the same thing to him, so maybe they just hate Jesse. Now that's really all the gripes I have with it. Now for the in and out of focus thing, I don't know if that's maybe some type of resource issue to where, I mean, Cloud and Barrett, I mean, at times, like, they look amazing. So maybe to make them look so good, they say, well, okay, this person really doesn't have a lot going on in this cutscene. We can degrade them a little bit in order to maximize the visuals on Cloud and anyone else who's playing a main part at that point in time. Or maybe they just wanted to make the demo size a little bit smaller, so they took away little things that they figured people wouldn't really care much about in order to make the game more accessible faster for people, instead of having some huge game download just for a demo. But like I said, none of these gripes that I have really are game breaking. Really doesn't make this any less of a great game. Still looking forward to it. But it was just some things that I really kind of wondered and scratched my head about. Like, I didn't understand them, so I figured I would bring them up. Maybe other people felt that way too. But let's go ahead and get past the gripes and we will jump into the battle system. You know what? Wait, one last gripe. Last and final gripe. Chill out. We're gonna buy the game. Stop shilling it to me every 2 seconds. And by shilling, look, as soon as we start the game, up in the top right corner, they give you an option to purchase the game. I mean, I've never seen a demo that had so many different ways to actually purchase the real game before in my life. Want to pause the game? Or do you want to buy the game? Because here's an option to buy the game right down here. All you got to do is buy the game. Oh, you completed the demo? Congratulations. Why don't we go and give you another option to buy the game? Why won't you buy the game? And the reason why it bothers me is because it's really unnecessary. Like, people are going to buy this game. You don't have to keep throwing it in their face. Here's another option. Here's another way you can go ahead and pre-order or purchase this game. Everyone wanted this game for years. We've been asking for this game for the longest time. Most people were even good with just settling on an HD remake of the exact same game without them going through and remaking the entire game the way they did. So I don't understand why they felt the need to do this. So it's kind of a little bit of an irritant on my part. I'm like, all right, man, like, I'm going to get the game. Just get this out of my face. Like, it's cool, bro. I'm going to buy your damn game. And like I said, the gripes were nothing serious, just little small irritants on my part that I felt like I should voice. But with that being said, that wraps up all the gripes and we can get into our next topic. Now let's talk about the battle style. We'll start off with classic. Both easy and normal have the same battle style. The difficulty is just different. But classic is easy difficulty, but it also changes the battle style. Now with classic, Cloud moves around on his own, so you don't have to worry about actually moving Cloud around. He'll block, he'll evade, do all that on your own. All you have to worry about is doing commands when you want to do them and use items. Now to me, this takes away a lot of the fun of the game, but if you're somebody who feels like maybe this game is just a little too fast paced and you want it slowed down a little bit, or just something taken off your plate so you can focus on other things, then the classic mode would be a perfect mode for you. Now if you really wanted to experience this battle system as a whole, then either normal or easy are for you. That way, not only are you doing the commands, but you also have full control of Cloud, move him around as you want, and it really opens up your ability to pull off some crazy attacks and combos. Now this battle system pulls from other games as well as other Final Fantasy games. For instance, all of the free attacking reminds me a lot of the Kingdom Hearts series, with giving the player the ability to freely control the character, as well as be able to string together combo based attacks that you would normally find in more of an action adventure type game and not so much of a JRPG, as well as Final Fantasy 15, which utilized pretty much almost the same battle style, except for I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake is a little bit more polished. So I'm kind of on the fence about it because the original Final Fantasy VII was pretty much almost the greatest JRPG of all time, if you ask most people. And you can see that the remake has really left that genre behind, and it's no longer a JRPG, but more westernized and more fast-paced now than what the original title was. And lastly, it even pulls from the Final Fantasy 13 series with reintroducing the ability to stagger an enemy, which allows you to pull off some crazy damage while holding the boss or the enemy at bay. And that pretty much wraps up the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo for me. I only talked about the gripes in the battle system and didn't really discuss what I liked because it's easy. Like, I liked everything about this game and I really can't wait for it to release on April 10th. I already have my copy on pre-order, like I'm pretty sure the rest of you do. So we're all in the same boat. We're just waiting for this thing to come out and see if it can really stand up to the original. I feel it's going to be hard for it to be better than the original because it's always hard to beat that nostalgia nostalgia. But so far, this is looking like a really great game, and this might actually be able to take the throne as the best Final Fantasy VII or best Final Fantasy game ever. So we'll see what happens on April 10th, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can see a lot more of other stuff from me and the other content creators like Roger, Keith, and Terry. They always bring cool stuff to the table, and I'm sure that you'll like their content as well. But with that being said, I'm out. Hope you guys enjoy your day and go do something fun.